Hi everyone, welcome back to Kat's Book Corner. We talk about all things book and bookish. Today is going to be another book haul because I bought more books. Okay, so these four I bought with a gift card that I had because I had one. I got this one from my grandmother, and this one I used another gift card I had. Before I went back to school, I wanted to splurge and buy some books. And I am really excited for pretty much all of these I'm pretty excited for, and I can't wait to actually read them. And we might get lucky when I pick my TBR in 2 more videos, because my wrap up will be next week, but then I'm doing my TBR for school, and hopefully one of these will be in it, because I am really excited. Okay. So we have 6 books, which I am really excited about. So let's get into it. First one I have, Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. One of my favorite authors. I love Vicious, I love Darker Shade Magic. They're some of my favorite books I've read, and I really do like this author. And it's about vampires, like 3 women vampires who like return and have to deal with that, like from different centuries, so it's told from like 3 different perspectives. So I am really, really excited for that. I really, really am. And it has something on its hardback. It has a little blue rose, which is really pretty. I really like it. It's like, this is what I want a hardback to have. Like, it doesn't need like a giant picture on it. It doesn't need any of that. Like, something simple and something cute for a hardback. And I really, really do like it for this. So yeah, so it's about these 3 women who are turned into vampires, and they have to learn how to deal with that over the centuries they've been alive. And it's from 3 different time periods. Like, here's like one of the characters. They each get like a separation. There's one from 1532. Maria, and she's from, let's see, San Domingo, I guess. Then there's one in 1827 London with Charlotte. And then 2019 in Boston with Alice. So I am really, really excited for this. V.E. Schwab is one of my favorite authors. I've loved anything that I've read written by her. So I am excited to read this. So I really do hope I like it too, because after this, I'm either probably going to continue the Vicious series, which I am. I'm going to finish the Dark Shade Magic and the Vicious series. I just don't know which order yet. But this is a standalone, so I'm happy about that. Most of the books, no, that's not true. I was going to say most of the books I bought were standalones. I'm like, no, that's not true. I bought like 2 standalones out of the 6, so still got more series, so it's not really great. But I am really, really excited for this because I love vampires. I find them so fascinating, so interesting, and the way that a lot of people like interpret them, I really like that. But yeah, I'm really, really excited. But it's just, I don't know. I'm really, really excited to read it. And I'm sure it'll be really good because I love this author, so it can't really be too bad if I love this author so much, which I am hoping that I love it, because after this, it's those 2 series I want to finish, and then The Invisible Life of Agatha Rowe, which I've heard amazing things about, so I am excited to try that eventually. But yeah, I just think the rose is really pretty. So, and it's not even that long. It's like around like 400 pages. Well, 530 pages. But I'm excited. Most of the books I've got have gotten me excited to read, so I'm really happy with that. But, and I hope, like, because it takes place in 3 different time periods and they turn into vampires, which means they get, like, become immortal. I hope, like, towards, like, the middle, they sort of, like, intertwine with each other. Because I feel like that would be so fun, like, to see their stories, like, clash with each other. feel like that would be fun. But yeah, Burial Bones in the Midnight Soil is the first book I bought. And the next one is the Fallen Legacies, book 1. It's a series. Stealing Embers. Now this is about like a Nephilim, sort of Nephilim type story, which means like child of an angel, I guess. And like this one girl finding out like the monsters she's been told don't exist, and she has to go like to this academy, so that'll be fun. And it's probably because I just read the book, but I read City of Glass a couple days ago, and it is making me feel like the City of Glass, which I'm fine with. I like the series so far. But oh, and there's like the mysterious teacher, I guess, not really teacher, but like other student who is like, his name is Steel and he's a shapeshifter. It's I'm excited, and she's like the chosen one sort of thing, so I'm excited. And it has like all of these really colorful pictures in it. Like it has that one. I'm guessing this is what Steel looks like. But and maybe this is what our main girl looks like before she gets like the powers and looks like that. I don't know, maybe that's something else. And there's like a pronunciation guide and like classifications of like orders and stuff, which I love. I love that type of stuff because it makes it feel like it's real, like in world. So I really do like those things. Oh, there's another picture. This one's just a squirrel, so I'm not going to show it. It's literally just a picture of a squirrel. But I am like really, really excited to start this. Oh, there's this picture of this girl. She's pretty, but I don't know who she is. Maybe she's one of the main girl's friends or something. I don't know, but I am excited to read it. And I didn't even notice this until after I bought it, but the hardback is like a full picture, which is so cool. Like I don't think I've ever had a hardback that's like a full picture, and this wasn't even like a special edition, I don't think, because I literally just found it at like a random store. So I really don't know what that's about, but it's about like Nephilims and stuff like that, so like that's fun. And like secret training and like an institute sort of thing, that's always a good vibe. I love those types of things. And like the enemies to lovers, but not really. It's like because they both have it's like Xaden and Violet basically, but like they're not enemies to lovers, but they like don't like each other to lovers. So I guess that. And apparently she has powers that like no one knows about, which that's always fun. And this is part of a series, and I know I'm reading too many series, it's not good, but what can we really do? We can't really do anything right now because I'm in the middle of so many series, and it is surprisingly heavy, which is weird because I think Burial Bones and Midnight Soil is bigger, but this one is heavier. So I am excited for this. And there's, I think, 4 books in the series, which I'm excited for. And I just found this as I was like flipping through the back, but it has the same thing that Fourth Wing does, where like basically the last chapter is in the guy's POV. I don't know if that's like it's a double POV book. I don't actually know. I don't think so. I think it's just a single one, and then we get the specific thing at the end. But maybe like it's like a book where there's like a couple POVs like mixed inside, and you won't know until you get there, because I can't find any as I'm like flipping through it, which could be fun. But I loved the Xaden's POV at the end of Fourth Wing, so, and I loved it at the end of Iron Flame and Onyx Storm, so I am excited to try it out because it has a bunch of things that I like, so I am interested. So, Stealing Embers. the wings are really pretty. I do like the wings. Moving on to one of the next ones I bought. This one is actually a paperback for once. Metal Slinger, which I heard is a duology. So there's only 2 books, so it's not like it's a series, but it's only 2 books, and the next book should be coming out pretty soon. So I won't be on a cliffhanger for long. But I heard this one has like some forced proximity stuff and that, and then there was like an amazing ending. So I am curious about that. I don't know, but I really don't know what this book's about, like, honestly. I have almost no clue what this book's about. I just heard good things about it and I wanted to read it, so. I think she gets, like, she finds out a specific truth about something, and she gets sent away with this guy, like, to a different place. Like, I honestly am, like, not sure what this book's about. But I heard it's, like, romancy, like, fantasy romance, which is, like, my stuff. I love that so much, so I am excited. But I honestly don't know what this is about. I actually have no clue. Which is exciting. I almost never go into a book as blind as I am going into this. Like, with almost every book I've read, I know at least something about it. But I literally have no clue besides this blurb on the back, which is kind of making me confused. But I guess that's kind of the point. So I honestly am excited. Like, beyond excited to figure out, like, the entire plot of this book. I don't think it's long either. I think it's like, yeah, it's like 450 pages. It's not that long. So I am, like, really excited. But yeah, I've heard great things about this and I have no clue what it's about. I heard there's like a cliffhanger at the end, which is going to be kind of upsetting if I read it before the second book's out. Which is, well, I can't really stop it. Like, cliffhangers are going to happen and they're going to happen. I can't really stop them. And I can't stop myself from reading books that are popular because I've heard so many things about them that I want to read them. So I am excited. I think the girl's name is Bryn. That's fun. That's literally all I know. Her name is Bryn, and she gets, like, thrown across the seas to a different place with a guy, I guess. But, yeah, otherwise, no idea. And I'm really annoyed because there was a sticker on it and I peeled it off. And now there's, like, a smudge, so I have to figure out how to clean that because it's kind of annoying me. But I do honestly have no idea what this book's about. Which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Because what if I hate it and I only bought it because I heard good things, but, like, it's not really my vibe because I don't know anything about it. But I don't know. It might be. I did hear it was, like, a little slow to get into. Like, the first, like, 50-ish pages are kind of slow. And then it picks up. So there's that. I am interested. I wonder if it's going to be more of a romance than fantasy, or a fantasy and then romance, like, where the world building is more like the point, like the world and the plot is more the point than the romance, because I like both. I've read both. Like, Fourth Wing, the romance is heavy, it's heavy in Fourth Wing, but the plot is basically a lot of the point, because that's what drives the story. What drives the story is the plot, not the romance. Like, but like in, what's a book that I read that was like a romance, really, really heavy book? Like, in, what is a book that I read that was like that? Like, technically ACOTAR. Like, the romance drove that plot. Like, if there wasn't a romance, there wouldn't have been a plot. But if there wasn't a romance in Fourth Wing, there still would have been a plot. So I wonder if this one is going to be, there would be a plot without the romance, or if there would not be a plot without the romance. Because either way, I'm good. I like both, because I've read both, and I really, really do enjoy both. So, yeah. Metal Slinger, which, as I've said plenty of times, I have no idea what this book's about. and I am really excited. Okay, moving on to this next book I got, which is really pretty. I really like it. It's called Immortal Consequences, and it's about like this afterlife academy. Like you die and you go here. It sort of reminds me of it's this other book I bought not a couple months, but like about a year ago, where like it's about these kids who have to like join this competition in order to like survive like their family name. Like it's kind of like Hunger Games-esque, even though I've never read the Hunger Games. So I am excited to maybe try that eventually. If you guys want to see me read the Hunger Games, please let me know, because I would actually kind of like to try it. But it's like 6 rivals, 1 victor, and it's like eternity is only the beginning. And like look at the sprayed edges. They're like pink and flowery, and they're really pretty, and I really like them. And this is like the 3rd sprayed edge I got, which is kind of fun. Like, because I got Beautiful Venom, which I showed my last book haul, and I had Kingmakers, which is just a solid blue, but like this one has flowers, and it's really, really pretty, and I really, really like it. But it's about like this academy that's like in the afterlife, and like you have to like compete in the celebration in order to get out and like move on, I guess, which is like really, really fun, and I'm really excited. But like this time, like the rules are changed. You have to kill if you want to survive, and I'm like, let's read this. And this is how they describe the characters, which I'm really excited about. 2 academic arch rivals whose strange connection blurs the line between obsession and hate, which, if that doesn't sound like a tiny little bit of like, oh, maybe there'll be a romance there. If there's not, I won't be like surprised, but like if there is, I'd be like, yeah, I called that. One girl driven solely by ambition, another plagued by the memories of the love she lost. Ugh, I love like those ambition people who are like driven by that. Like I love characters written like that because they're so strong and independent. I really like that. And plagued by memories of love, like you're in the afterlife. Like I feel like you'll always be plagued with those types of memories. A charming playboy, he never cared about anyone until he met the academy's newest student, which is giving me a little Binding 13 vibes, which we'll talk about in my wrap up next. But like, it's giving me kind of those vibes. 6 students has their own motivation to win and their own secret to hide. But one of them know they aren't the only ones playing the Blackwoods games, and if they lose, some fates are worse than death. Which and really caught me. And like, look at this foiling. Look how pretty that is. It's like, I don't know, I would say like bronze. It's like gate and stuff, and then this, it's all bronzy. Like, this is what I want on like hardbacks. I don't need the sprayed edges while they're nice. This is what I want on like a hardback. I want like some sort of stencil. Like I told you in Bury Our Bones in Midnight, so it had like that one rose. Like it had something that was cute and I liked it. But I am really excited to read this. But it's Immortal Consequences, which I've read a couple books sort of like this, where like it's a competition and they have to survive. And I am planning to read one of these, if not this one, pretty soon, because I have another book that's pretty much similar to this, except they're alive, obviously, and they're fighting to the death like in the real world. So I am excited for that. But this one's in the afterlife, meaning they already died, and they all have secrets. So I wonder what those secrets could like mean, and like how it'll all come together. Because I think we're getting all 6 POVs in this, meaning most of them survive this book, if not all of them. So I'm wondering what happens if this is a series. I actually don't know if this is a series. It might be a series. Actually, I don't know if it is. But let me check the back, see if there's like a thing that says, oh, this is a series. I don't think so. But maybe it'll become one if it's popular enough, which I wouldn't be opposed to, but if it's a standalone, it's great. I love standalones. I don't read standalones often, but I'm excited otherwise if this is a series, because that would mean that I've only bought 1 standalone so far that I showed you, because the other 2 I showed you are both part of series. One's a duology, so it's not really a series, but this is another standalone. I feel like that would be great, because I don't read them often. Most of the books I read are series that I almost never go back to, which I am thinking about making a video about all the series I'm currently in the middle of. Well, not in the middle of. I finished 1 book of pretty much about all of them, but I feel like I should do that so like you can know how many series I'm working with when I say I'm in the middle of so many series. I'm not really exaggerating. But on to the next book. This is The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy, by Brightly Keenan, which is like enemies to lovers, but like it'll be great. It'll be like a rom-com enemies to lovers, which will be so fun, and I'm so excited. It's like one person like has to try and solve this plague, and they go and meet this guy, and they hate each other. It's like, oh, I can't wait for the banter. I feel like it'll be great. And it's got like this pretty in cover, which is fun. But it's an assassin and a healer. And this one, it doesn't have what I want, but it's double solid, I guess. It's black and pink, which I love those colors because black and pink are so fun. It's what like a lot of books I read are. Well, not really, but like I do like those colors. It looks good on my shelves. But it's by Ulrich Morund, who's an assassin. And he like needs a very specific healer in order to fix this plague that's happening. And there's Artie Farron, who's a healer, and she's trying to help a bunch of the sick people. And they just come over, they bribe each other, and it's like, oh, they're enemies, and there's gonna be banter, and I'm so excited. Oh, and it's a duology, so there's 2 books in this one too. I don't even know if the second one's out. I doubt it, so this one came out pretty recently. So, but I am really excited to read it. But like I'm actually so excited. I love enemies to lovers, especially if it's like rom-com-y, because I love Butcher and Blackbird. I mean, it wasn't a rom-com, it wasn't like enemies to lovers because they both sort of had a crush on each other from the beginning, Rowan specifically. But like, yeah. And then there's even like a glossary at the front. As I said in like the past couple books, I love it when like I have some details like this because it makes it feel like more lived in. I always like it when the world feels lived in. Also, there's like a trigger warning and a map. There's a map. I love maps. They're great. Map's actually really pretty. But like, listen to the title of the first chapter. The Irresistible Bastard meets the Immovable Bitch. That is the name of this chapter. It's the name of that chapter, and it's so funny. It's so funny. Like, what's the next chapter? Because that one's from his point of view. What's the one from the girl's POV? Or Aradine wishes death upon her new patient. Like, it's hilarious. Like, I do like the little like tag it has on the front. Like the best love stories begin at hate at first sight, which technically I wouldn't like agree with that because Xaden and Violet have my favorite love story, and they didn't hate each other on first sight. Well, maybe Violet hated Xaden on first sight because Xaden definitely didn't hate her on first sight. He made a deal with it. So spoilers. He made a deal with her mother to keep her safe. So it's like I don't know if you ever really hated her, Xaden. I think you always kind of had a crush on her, but okay. But I am excited for this. It'll be like full of love and stuff. And I wonder if it'll be like, because I wish I have, but it's been a long time since I've read enemies to lovers, but like they're enemies like the majority of the way through the book and don't become lovers until like the end. Mostly when I'm reading enemies to lovers, it's like they're enemies for like this little part and then they're in love for the rest. Like, or it could do something crazy, which I've never read before, which I actually hope to read sometime, where they're enemies for like half the book, and then they're lovers for like this tiny sliver, but then they're enemies again. Which, considering this is a duology, I could see that happening. Or they're enemies for this entire book, but we can feel the tension and the yearning that they want for each other, and we'll get the love in the second book. Because either way, those would both be kind of fun. And I'd be here for all of those options. Even if it's just like, they're enemies for like this much, and they're lovers for the next. I don't really care. I just want some tension and yearning. Which I've had, but like I always love to read it. It's some of my favorite stuff to read because I just find it so like so fun, and like I'm kicking my feet and giggling and I'm like, yes, let's go. And if this one comes to school with me, it's gonna be so fun because I'll be able like to read, and it'll be like this type of book while I'm at school. Oh, it'll be so fun, and I can't wait. But yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Okay, now moving on to the last book I bought, which is a thriller. I haven't read a thriller in a long time. It's been a really long time since I've read a thriller. I think the last thriller I read was, let me see, what books do I have? No. I mean, I've read like fantasy adjacent thrillers and like contemporary adjacent thrillers. Like I read the one that got away with murder. That's kind of thrillery because it's like a murder mystery, and Good Girls Got a Murder, kind of mystery. I've also read One of Us is Lying. That's kind of thrillery because there's like mysteries and stuff. But it's been like a really, really long time since I've read like a full thriller. But this is the Final Girl Support Group, which is what happens after the final girl escapes the killer in like a horror movie. Like what happens after that? Like where does she go? Like does she like, because I feel like she definitely needs some therapy, but like this is a support group. So that would be fun. So I am really, really excited for that. And there's like a bunch of other final girls in it. This one's black and red, which is cute. I like the black and red too. But it's like a final girl support group, meaning they've all survived killers and now suddenly they're being like attacked by a killer. Like I feel like that would bring up a lot of unwanted trauma that they don't really need. But I am really excited because it's been a while since I read a thriller, as I said. But like this has like a lot of like stuff that the Good Girls Got a Murder had, which I really love. Like it has, I need a page. Like it has like mixed media type things where it has like a police report or like a text exchange or like a letter or a news clipping. Like those stuff is always so fun. I always love like reading mixed media because it makes it feel like it's a notebook. Like I love reading books that feel like they're not books. Like this is like a notebook that someone is writing her story in. So I am really excited for that. But it's about Lynette Torkinson, and she survived a massacre. And she's at like therapy with her therapist with other survivors of like massacres and murderers, which are just, it's gonna be so interesting. I can't wait. But let's see, do the chapters have names? Because that would be fun if they do. No, they don't have names. They just have numbers, but I am excited. This one actually seems like surprisingly short, which I hope that doesn't mean the mystery falls flat. And like the thriller aspects falls flat. I hope that doesn't happen. Like, this is only 330 pages. So I hope that doesn't mean like that the mystery like falls flat or it's predictable and I can guess it. Because I really hope I don't guess it. Because I have so much more fun in books where I don't guess the ending and I don't guess what happens. Because, like, that's why I'm having such a good time with Onyx Storm. Spoilers of Onyx Storm. I'm having such a fun time with, like, remembering it because I don't know what comes next. I have very strong theories about what I think comes next, like Bodhi being the brother. I have a lot of strong theories considering that and the whole marriage with Violet. I have ideas of why that happened, but I don't have the answers. So I love books where I don't know the answers. Like when I was reading a couple of my books in my wrap up, I'll talk about next week for my video. There's a bunch of stuff that I guessed. So I'm like, these weren't really that fun because I kind of guessed the ending. I mean, I wish I didn't guess the ending, but I did. And I kind of hate when I do that. But I can't really stop my mind from working. But sometimes. Like I read, what was the book I read? I don't remember, but I read a book where I guessed the ending. I'm like, it was actually still good. Like, because they were able to plot all of the stuff they necessarily need into the story where I was like, yes, I love it. It's great. Like when I was reading Foul Lady Fortune. Spoilers for that book. I fully called that Orion was like Winter Soldiery. Like I fully called that. Like I knew it was him. Well, technically, I don't ever think I specifically said I knew it was him, but I had a very strong suspicion that it was him. But I still loved the story. Like I still loved that book. And because I loved like the Winter Soldiery aspect of it. So I still loved it. Like if they're able to like make me not guess the ending, that's wonderful because I normally like it better that way. But sometimes if it's written better, like written well, I can still like the ending even if I guess it. So I kind of hope it's either the former or the latter. I hope I don't guess it and it's boring and I have to like get through like 200 more pages of me knowing the answer. So, but those are all the books I bought, and I am actually equally excited for almost all of them. Because one, this one's by my favorite author. This one has some of my favorite like plot stuff, like Nephilims and stuff. I have known nothing about this one, so excited for that. Like either way, this has like institutions and stuff and like tournaments and stuff. This will have tension and banter and burning, and I love it. And this one will be like thriller, which I haven't read the thriller in a while, so I am really, really excited for all of them. And hopefully one or two of them will be coming up to school with me, which you will see in 2 weeks when I post that video about my school TBR. But I am so excited for all of these. Well, if you liked this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, everyone.